I have a cousin, and she sucked her thumb all the way up until she was like 10 or 11, which she's going to kill me for saying that, but she did. So, I mean, I don't really see the problem with thumb sucking. I know that that can actually mess up, you know, the teeth alignment too, but I don't know. Anyways, so the cons of using this little guy, apparently using a pacifier leads to 40% more ear infections. And they say that's because of, like, the pressure that builds up between the inner ear and, like, the back of the throat. So that's, I mean, huge by itself right there. 40%, that's a big percentage, you guys. The second con is if it's introduced too early, which this was my original concern. If it's introduced too early, there's the risk of nipple confusion. So what I found on that is that if you do want to use the pacifier and you are worried about nipple confusion, that you should wait until after the first month to introduce the pacifier. But even with waiting until after the first month, you still run the risk of the nipple confusion. So, I mean, like I said, if you guys could post in the comment if you've got personal experience with that, if you were breastfeeding and you let your child or infant, you know, use a Binky and then they wouldn't latch anymore, or maybe you did use a Binky and they did latch. I don't know. The other thing is, like, that the parent can mistakenly give a pacifier when the baby needs to eat. And you don't know the difference as a parent because your baby can't talk. You know, they can only cry. And the baby will take the pacifier instead of eating because they don't know any better and they're getting to suck on something, so they're going to be quiet. But you could accidentally be, giving them this when actually they really are hungry and they need something to eat. And that idea, I don't really like that. That kind of scares me, because I don't want my baby to be hungry and I'm like, here, take this, The other thing is babies who overuse their pacifier, which means the ones that cry for it all the time, or don't hate me if you have a kid that's like this, but I see kids in Walmart all the time that are like 2, and they still have a pacifier, and they're, always have a pacifier. Some kids just, for some kids it's a sometimes thing, I've noticed, and for some it's just like they have to have it all the time. For some kids that overuse the pacifier, or infants, I guess I should say, it apparently, according to AAP, could delay their speech or change their tooth alignment, which means, obviously, self-explanatory, it could change their tooth alignment. But delay speech, it could delay how early they start talking, or if they do start talking, it could delay how much they talk or how social they are because they're trying to talk around the pacifier without taking it out of their mouth. So, and then the other thing was that they said if you do use a pacifier, that you should start weaning off of the pacifier at anywhere from 9 to 12 months, which is usually when you start to wean from the bottle too, and they said it's a lot better to wean off of both of the items together at the same time, to just get it out of the way, or 18 months at the latest, which is like a year and a half. But like I said, I see kids all the time that are 2 and 3 years old and they still have a pacifier. But yeah, so basically I just kind of wanted to know what you guys' opinions on that were, and if you think, are you pro Binky? Are you against it? How did you do it with your infants or your kids? Or if you're pregnant, what are you looking into, or what are you going to decide to do? So just post down in the comments and let me know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will do another video soon. I want to get one up on breastfeeding here pretty soon, and I think I might do another one today on crib bumper safety because that's been a big issue too. So just post down in the comments, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And like I said, any help and information, opinions that you guys can give me on this stuff would be super appreciated and really helpful. So I'll see you guys again soon.